I got to turn my tablet down. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 11.14.2025. Current time 0612 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts here at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on X. That's my mainstay for all fine social media platforms. And who's down there? There's Jackie Jack. There you go, Jack. Okay, we got good audio. And all other platforms that I post on a number of other platforms, probably about 10 to 12 of them. Not all the time, but X at Fireman Rich is my mainstay. But all other ones, just Google at Fireman Rich or check out the links on the show notes for whatever platform you're on. But good morning, folks. Good morning, Tina. Morning, Tina. And the missus says good morning, and our Jersey girl is here. And then we have double J's. It's morning. It's Friday. Yes, it is Friday. We had a little problem there starting out. I started it up, and I'm looking. And usually, of all the devices I have, Twitch comes up first. It didn't come up. I was like, wait a minute, that's not coming up. And then I saw X come up, YouTube come up, and I'm looking, and I'm looking at my list up here, and I see Rumble, I see Locals, I see YouTube, I see Facebook, I see X, and the little globy, the chain link thing. I see on my view here on the live streaming client here, I see a globe. That's for Kick. And I said, wait a minute, Twitch didn't go. Did I? Yeah, I got your message, Tina. Yeah, I just it's usually something like that. I bailed out because I'm not going to go. I'm right at the beginning. Twitch is one of my main channels. My three main channels are Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. So I cut it right away. There was no second thought about it. So that's what it was. It was on my end as far as I forgot to hit the button. Yeah, I got your message. It's no big deal as far as that goes. So, I was coming up on all the platforms, and I'm thinking, what the hell? And I thought I clicked it because I usually click it. There's like you got Rumble, and you can either go Rumble only, or else you click Rumble and Locals. Locals is associated with so that's one button, and then I have 6 other buttons. Actually 8 other buttons, because I have to make sure for Rumble I have Fireman Rich broadcast. That's where I want this broadcast to go to, and then on the Facebook it goes to the real Fireman Rich, the public Facebook. So there's a couple buttons, and I just forgot to hit one. And I know Twitch, there was no issues with Twitch when I was watching it yesterday, as far as that goes. So I'm wondering, okay, it must be we were early Monday. We were early Wednesday. Well, I was a little, if you want to call it was 10 after when I went back on here. And I forgot to post the links to the other platforms or the other social media platforms. I had to do that. And so it's no big deal. But we are here. And Tina, I went to Rumble, just said I had to sign. Yeah, you got to sign in. You got to sign in on Rumble. You have to sign in, and you have to follow me, I guess, to take part. And you can't just bring up the Rumble and chat. You have to sign in, and you have to follow me. So there's just the same thing. So I did, and it said change. I have no idea. It said Google. Probably because I wasn't. I had turned that broadcast off, Tina. I turned off. It came up on Rumble. I shut Rumble off because I didn't have Twitch. So all those I cut right away. So that's probably why you got that message and stuff like that. So it's no big deal. But we are here. We are starting our day. We have the morning coffee. We have Jack up in the window here. How you doing, Jack? He's being nice. He's looking out there with his cat ray eyes and stuff like that to look through the dark. It is still dark out though this morning, but almost made it 3 for 3. I started right at 6 there, and then I had to bail out because of the no Twitch. So we have Twitch. Twitch is running. Matter of fact, let's see how the Twitch is going here. Twitch is it's excellent. The broadcast is excellent, and we're doing good there. And as far as that goes, and you can see that we are on 7 platforms. A network. I have a network, folks. This is my network, a network of channels. Three on Rumble. Thank you, Rumble. 1 on Locals, 1 on YouTube. Oh, that must be Tony D. I just see him. There he is. Tony D's over on Rumble. We have 4 people on Twitch. Nobody on Facebook yet. 2 people on X Live. Thank you, X Live. I got you on the tablet, and I had to turn the volume down. And then the little chain link. That's Kick. Why are we on Kick? Why are we on Kick? Just for kicks. Let's see who we have on Kick. We have nobody as of yet on Kick. So let's see. Let's check. Let's check the Facebook here. Facebook Live on the Real Fireman Rich, and we got audio there. Pictures looking good, and like Tony's thing there, and we got 6 people on Twitch now. What the hell is going on there, Twitch? As far as that goes, thank you very much for the views on Twitch. And so we have a network of 7 platforms. I don't get comments on the Facebook, X Live, or Kick. Now, X Live, I always have it on the tablet, so it's right here in front of me. So, and that's another one. I think you have to follow me to comment on the X Live and stuff. I think that's why I've got it set up. I don't think you have to follow on Twitch. I haven't done that yet. I don't have to. I haven't had that many trolls or bad people come in there and stuff. But my auto mod usually handles those guys. Love the auto mod. Auto mod works really good. And that they had that. Did they have the auto mod before they started talking about all this AI stuff? I'm not too hip about the AI. I guess right now it's. I'm still seeing where is it practically out there in the jobs sector. I guess I've done searches and stuff like that, and I've done AI is okay, but I've done research on my own, what I normally do over the years. I mean, using search engines and stuff like that. That's AI, I guess. It's just this AI stuff. I know you got AI bots and AI music and all that and stuff like that. It's like, okay, whoop-de-doo. It's like we live in a modern age. I'm not going to get all excited about it and stuff like that. If that's your thing, more power to you, I guess. Okay, but let's see. We got Tony D. He's saying salute to you, Tony, my good friend, my brother veteran and fellow broadcaster. Good morning to the missus. And Tony said, or Mrs. says good morning. And Tony's saying good morning to Tina. Tina saying good morning to Tina on the Twitch, and then Tina says AI isn't my thing. Well, the thing is, if you're searching, the way Google is set up, if you search on Google or Bing or what's the other ones, whatever search engine, Yahoo and stuff, that's an AI. If you look at it, they just put it on steroids so where you can talk to it now and stuff. Okay, so I can talk to my computer. They were doing that. They were showing that back when I was a kid watching the Jetsons. So it's just like what used to be science fiction back in the day is reality today. So I'm not. It doesn't knock my socks off, the AI folks. I guess they talk a lot about it, and I think a lot of it talk, especially up in the financial sections and stuff like that. That's just another way of analyzing. And you could also say back in the day, IBM, when they had their first supercomputer, that was like AI. That was, the computer is playing chess by itself. That's AI, isn't it? It's sort of an artificial intelligence. I guess it's gotten more advanced as far as that goes, but I'm not googly over it. And then there's Captain Rehab coming in from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. He says good morning to the missus also. Morning. There we go. Mrs. out there. She's saying good morning. And Good morning to you, Captain Rehab, and Captain Rehab saying good morning on the Twitch side um, for to Captain or to her Aunt Tina, and saying also good morning to Tony D. Rehab is doing, and and that's what we do here. Starting out, we have a little coffee and we'll say thank you for your views and stuff like that. And Tina saying good morning to the nephew because we have an active chat. We have an active chat here, and I do enjoy it. And it is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We made it to the weekend, folks. I started my weekend last night. I just said screwed. I'm starting the weekend now. It felt like the weekend. So, but we are here, and we're getting our day started, and we have the morning coffee to start with a hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag BSDDD. That's a hashtag there with my two fingers crossing other two fingers. That's my hashtag. I've been doing that. I don't think anybody does that. Do they? I don't think I've ever seen anybody. That's my own invention of the hashtag. And let's see. Yeah, hail, hail! The gang's all here. Yeah, we got 11 folks, and I do appreciate it as far as that goes. It gets me charged up for the day. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. I did, for the most part. I played some Battlefield 6. I got a note from my good friend over there in Scotland. Um, uh, who I played PUBG Battlegrounds and also Battlefield, but we haven't been playing for the last couple of weeks. I got to see if I can hook up with them this afternoon. I've gotten to the point where I was only able. We had some things to do. We got the cabinet, the do it yourself, the project of putting in the new cabinets in the sink there in the kitchen. We got a cat out here. We're debating whether we want to catch it, we don't want to, and stuff like that. And that's still an ongoing thing. But I've also been enjoying naps. So my good friend Wingnut, who's over there in Scotland, I got your, and that's another thing on the X. It's no longer a DM. If you look off to the side, it says chat. They changed it. They got rid of the DM. Now, the DM is merged in with the chat. I guess they decided we don't need. That's a double. It's repeating work as far as if you have a DM and you have a direct message line. That's a chat. So now it's just chat. That I noticed that yesterday, and I'm gonna still call them DMs as far as that goes. I'm not gonna call it a chat. It's a DM. I like the DM. But Wingnut he messaged me this morning as far as that goes, and I'll be if you're watching in the backgrounds there, Wingnut, we're gonna have to try and hook up. I got to send him because he's a busy guy, so I don't like DMing him all the time. We were playing consistently every afternoon, but like I said, he got busy, I got busy, and I was going to say we had a little bit of break, but I've been playing PUBG or not. I got on PUBG Battlegrounds. I haven't played a game. I think I only got 2 games played this season. That was a while back, but I log on there just to log on, and as far as that goes, and then what's Jack looking at? What are you looking at, Jack? He's looking at something over in the corner. There's nothing over there. What's over there? It's freaking weird cat. But then we went over to Battlefield 6, and I got to the point where we were playing pretty steadily, and then we took the so-called break, I guess you can say. But we're gonna have to get back together. So if you're in the background there, Wingnut, we're gonna try and get back together this weekend as far as play some games and stuff because I've been playing a little bit. I actually yesterday afternoon. No, I played a couple games and then I laid down for a nap and then I played a couple more last night before our shows because Thursday night is our. I watch a lot of TV on Thursday night. I watch Jordy and what's her name's First Marriage, Ghost, and Matlock. Those are 3 great programs. And then Elsbeth, which was on last night, we'll watch after dinner tonight after. On Paramount because if we miss it, we watch it on replay. Plus, I've been watching a little bit of Witcher. That's a new series. Well, it's not a new series, but the season 4 is out on Netflix. So I've been watching a couple of those, and I like Even with the new guy, they got a different guy that plays the Witcher, and he looks the same almost, but you could tell it's a different actor, and he plays a pretty good part. He's keeping it within the character and stuff like that. So I like that. Um, and so what's Oh My, Captain Rehab? Oh My, I'm watching The Witcher. It's a good series. I've watched it from the beginning. It's a good. I like the swishing of the swords where he kills the and some of those monsters. Holy, the one that started season 4 is like, holy crap! That scared the bejeebies. I was like, how the hell? Big old human head with a spidery. I mean, huge, and it's just maybe that's artificial intelligence, how they generate that type of an image and stuff like that. It's pretty entertaining. So that's the closest I come to scary stuff, I guess. I don't like scary movies or anything like that, but something like The Witcher because it's back there during the sort of the dark ages and stuff of time and stuff. So, but we're gonna. Plus, I have not been broadcasting any gameplay this past week and that stuff. I just just don't feel like it. I feel like playing a little to begin the game off the line, but I'm very happy that I'm here on the live stream for the morning coffee, Friday morning coffee, and as far as doing the regular stuff there, that plus the audio podcast Tuesdays and Wednesdays that we do over on Spotify and stuff. But I haven't been into doing the gaming that much. Maybe this weekend I'll get into it again. As far as I think it's the weather. The weather is sort of it's so-so. Yeah, the sun's coming up, but we had some snow showers the other day, and it all melted yesterday. And it wasn't too cold, but it was a little blustery. Wind. It was like maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour. The winds and stuff. So, but and I went for a walk yesterday. I've walked every day this week, so I almost took yesterday off because it was raining a little bit, but then it sort of subsided, and because Mrs. went grocery shopping yesterday, but I went for a walk and it was a good walk. I wore my gloves. I didn't have to wear my gloves, but I'm wearing the gloves now. Let's see. Yesterday was Thursday. Wednesday I had to wear a hat because Tuesday I wore this hoodie. I had a jacket over this, and I wore my hoodie. I can't wear a hoodie because when I wear a hoodie, now I can't put it over this. It's too small. I can't put it over the headphone. It comes narrow like this. It's like I got blinders. I don't like that. I like my peripheral. Like I can see my my left finger right here from here. I have a back peripheral. I have a pretty good back peripheral. So that sort of makes me confined. I feel confined. So but we've had a good week of walking. We'll walk today, and I started doing an exercise yesterday. You put your back up against the wall, and you got like this, and then you turn and you touch the wall like this. You come forward, you stop, and then you go over and you touch the wall like this, okay? And you come back, okay? And that's one. I did 100 of those yesterday. That's a Tai Chi. So that's a Tai Chi exercise. I'm starting to incorporate that in the morning before I go out for a walk. I didn't do it all at once. I did 25, 2 sets of 25 in the morning, and then 2 sets of 25 in the afternoon. So I'm incorporating some Tai Chi. And what that does, it tightens up the sides and the stomach. So it's just, I'm losing weight. I'm getting close. I'm about 251, 252. And that's a drop down from 265 that when I weighed myself to start with this, it's not really a weight loss, but I'm keeping track of it. I was 265 at the beginning of July. So July, August, September, October, beginning of November. So 4 months, I've lost 15 pounds. I got down to, at the beginning of November, I was at 250. I was at 265. So 265. So I'm almost at 15 pounds. So I'm almost, I've lost 15 pounds. I was a little above 260. Yeah, I was above 268. And now I'm about 253, 52. So I've lost 15 pounds in the 4 months. And that's just by watching what I'm eating, and I'm making sure I walk, And I'm taking. And the thing about the eating is for me now. This is just for me. Portions. Okay, I'm not being a garbage mouth as far as that goes. So I'm a garbage mouth. I can see Captain Rehab coming out with something like that. And Tina, Rich needs a what's that? What's a shisty? What's a shisty? I have no idea what that is. I got to look that up. You making me look up that word, Captain Rehab. Yeah, you have quite the vocabulary, I must say. What's a shisky? Um, can refer to a dishonest or deceptive person, but in most common refers to a type of ski mask. Oh no, it's not a mask. It's just a hat. I don't wear those masks. No, no, I don't wear those masks, Captain Rehab. Yeah, that's will you pull it up? No, I don't wear those. No, I don't like anything. The only thing that's ever I can stand putting over my face. When I was a firefighter for 20 years in the Air Force, I had to wear a Scott Air Pack. I had the mask on there to breathe. I don't like anything on my face and stuff like that. Yeah, I would say that individual is a garbage mouth. Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. You have no argument there, Captain Rehab. No, but I'm just saying I eat a lot, okay, and I don't really need to do that. So it's working the mind, and I've lost 15 pounds over the last 4 months, and I'm getting close to 250. I'm about a pound or 2 pounds above 250. Now I've been as high as 270. I've been up that high, so I need to lose some weight. And this doing this type of exercise, it's like I said, you stand. Yeah, I'm up against a wall, and I turn and I cut. And I touch my hand on this wall. I stop, and then I turn again. And what that does, it puts some tension on your waist, and it cuts down in the middle. And I'm losing weight down there. It's the belly is receding away. So I've got to. And Tina says that's what. Yeah, go ahead. Just get in the habit. So I got it. That's I'm just incorporating not a lot of exercise, and I've got some weights out in the gym, out in the garage, which is in my gym. I, yeah, I know they're out there. I've been thinking about. So that's the thing. I've been thinking about this as far as doing things, because if I get, I'm going to get below 250. Once I don't think maybe because winter's coming along, but come springtime, I'll be below 250, maybe down 245. I'm going to start running again. I'm going to run a few miles each. Not a lot of running, but I want to get back into doing some running and stuff like that. The walking is doing great, though. I love doing the walk. The walk is great. It's refreshing. Even with the bad foot that the missus had, she went out last a couple days ago, and she went down about maybe 5 to 8 minutes, and then she had to turn back around because it was acting up and stuff like that. And the walk we go, it's about a 23-minute walk on the golf course. We go around. We go on the golf course. We go on. It's the back. We go around the outside of. That would be hole. Let's see. That's hole. Let's see. We start. That's 12, and then we come back up around on 13. No, we go down. Yeah, we walk around 12. I walk around 12, then down 13, and then come back up on the fairway on 12 or 11. 11. Those three holes. It's the bottom part and portion of the back nine, and it's about a little over a mile and a half, almost a mile point three, 1.3, 1.5. It's a nice walk. It's nice, but it's starting to get a little cold. It got cold there at the beginning of the week, but maintaining and stuff like that, and as far as that goes. But let's see what the weather is here as far as. We're starting to get some daylight out there. Currently, right now, the temperature is 33 degrees Fahrenheit here in the southern tier of upstate New York, which equates to zero point 0.5 degree. We're 1 degree above freezing. So it's 0.5 degrees Celsius here in upstate New York. And so autumn is here. We're right on the doorstep of, that wasn't the weather I wanted. We're right on the doorstep of winter, as far as that goes. We did have a snowstorm, maybe our first two snowstorms, because we had snow Tuesday, and then it snowed again Wednesday. Or no, was it Monday or Tuesday? Beginning of the week here. So, and I think that thing I do in August where we count the foggy days, you count the number of foggy days in the month of August and in the morning, and whatever the total is, I think it was 5 or 6. We're going to have 5. So we've already, I think we've had 2 snowstorms basically. But today we're going to have partly cloudy this morning, then becoming cloudy during the afternoon. It was cloudy all day. It's been cloudy all week. Slight chance of rain showers, high near 50 degrees Fahrenheit, winds out of the west by northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's not too bad. Sun will be rising this morning it's starting to rise. You can see it's starting to get a little daylight out there. And you can see there's no more snow out there on the tree. That's the big tree that I have to cut. I got a ladder that I put up to cut the top there. I got to be careful when I'm on that ladder. Sun will be rising this morning at 6:55, which is let's see, 30, 40. It's in let's see, in 12 minutes. You can see it's already getting daylight. The sun's coming up right now. Sun will be rising at 6:55 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York and setting later today at 4:46 p.m. Very quickly, if I may say, very quickly. The sun drops, and we have David Bailey coming up on the YouTube. Oh, he's live. Okay, maybe we'll have to check into him. Let's see what happens. Okay, our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:38 a.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 4:38 a.m. Clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago at 5:38 a.m. Did I say 8? Yeah, it's a.m. 1:38 a.m. in Honolulu, 4:38 a.m. in Phoenix, and okay, 5:38 a.m. in Chicago. It's cloudy skies with a little clearing, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. In the concrete jungle of New York City at 6:39 a.m. It's 6:39 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Clear skies down in the city of New York, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, down in New Jersey, central New Jersey, where our Jersey girl Tina is at. She's letting us know it's 50. It'll be 53 for the high and 32 for the low, and cloudy down there in central New Jersey. And down in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony D is at, 42 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Warner Robins. 73 for the high, 42 for the low. So you're at the low. Clear skies down there today. So thank you for that, my friends. Crossing the Atlantic Ocean, the the pond, as they call it, to London, UK. Is it raining? Oh, it's raining in London, and it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit at 11:40 a.m. In Milan, Italia, mangia. It's lunchtime in Milan at 12:40 p.m. It's raining also. Oh, actually, that's white. They got snow showers. Whoa, that's interesting. 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Maybe that's right. No, it's white. The rain is blue. The rain, and then maybe it's a mix. Yeah, it's a mix. It looks like all of Europe is got some wet weather going on, but Milan at 12:40 p.m. it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's see. Let's see that we have Double J's here, who's he's located at an undisclosed location. I like to say Double J's. He is originally, his home country is India, so in India. Double J's at 5:11 p.m. We got cloudy skies with a little sun, a little dark clouds, but the sun is peering through in New Delhi. It's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Mumbai, India, at 5:11 p.m., cloudy skies there in Mumbai, also 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at 7:41 p.m., raining in Kuala Lumpur, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. It's probably humid there too. In Tokyo, Japan, at 8:41 p.m. in their evening, we got cloudy sky, passing clouds with clear skies. Tokyo, in Tokyo. They're at 57 degrees Fahrenheit in their evening. Down under on a great continent, great country, and great friends and allies to the United States of America. Australia is, and we do appreciate it, Australia. In Melbourne, 10:42 p.m. in their evening, 55 degrees Fahrenheit with passing clouds. Uh, it's clear, but we have passing clouds, actually dark clouds. So they got maybe a storm coming in. And over in Sydney at 10:42 p.m. in their evening, also cloudy skies in Sydney, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. We do have a thought for the day, and our thought for the day is from JFK, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, also known as JFK, who was the 31st. I don't know. He was the United States' 35th president and served from 1961 until his assassination in 1963. He was the youngest president elected at age 43. And I wonder what he would think of the Democratic Party today, I think, if there is a Democratic Party, just saying. But his quote and our thought for today goes as follows. Things do not happen. Things are made to happen. Whoa, okay. That's interesting. Things do not happen. Things are made to happen. So what do they mean by that? Well, it means that significant outcomes, whether success or failure, are the results of deliberate action and hard work. So if you want things to happen, you want them to be successful, you work hard. If you don't want them to happen, be lazy and just sit on your duff. They're not random chance. It emphasizes that individuals and societies must take proactive steps to make choices to achieve their goal rather than passively wait for things to happen on their own. And sometimes the decisions we make, they can have consequences. Such was the reopening of the government here in the United States. The consequences that they signed, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, signed the bill. The government at work. Our system works, folk, and that's a good example. Whether you like it or not, it works compared to other countries. So the government's back open. Hundreds of thousands of people are getting a paycheck again. Were all those hundreds and thousands of people just Democrats or just Republicans? No, they're both. They're people that weren't even associated with any party. The Democrats made a wrong decision. The 8 Democrats that voted for the opening of the government after 40 plus days of shutting down, that was the right thing to do because it was hurting a lot of people. They weren't serving the people. They were doing party over country. They weren't serving the people. They were just doing it for their leverage and their brand. And they said that. The Democrats said that. That's wrong. You're not doing to what they decided or what the outcome after 15 votes on the CR. What was offered, so-called offered, or hey, we'll get to this. What was offered by the Republicans, the same thing they hear. So the Democrats, they lost totally. They may have won the election the other day in blue states. And they're calling it a mandate. It's not a mandate. It's blue states. It's here. It's freaking New Jersey and stuff. Watch next year here in New York. Our current governor, she has a fight on her hand because let's just say this is where it's going to start in New York. There could be a Republican governor voted in next election cycle for the governor here next year, I believe. And I'm saying that because I'm looking at the numbers. The numbers are a lot closer than they were down in the deep blue states of Virginia and New Jersey. New Jersey, the guy who ran the Republican, he ran his third time. You got to get somebody different for the Republicans and stuff like that. So they won. The people spoke, and just like down in New York City, the people spoke down there. But I think we'll see what happens. But I think they're going to regret who they voted for. But you look at the people that did vote for him. They're I don't know, but I got to respect the vote. You got to respect the vote. But the government shutdown should not happen. It's open. They extended SNAP for another year. The people are getting their paychecks. They're getting their back paychecks. They're rehiring folks that were furloughed. They weren't fired. They were furloughed and stuff like that. So government works here in the United States. That's the bottom line. So all this other gobbledygook that people are talking about and stuff like that, the so-called Epstein files, give me a break. There's nothing there. My God. It just seems like, okay, they decided that, oh, the government's going to reopen, and then all of a sudden the Democrats leak three emails from the Epstein files. It's a little suspicious there. I'm just saying, that's just my observation. So, but John F. Kennedy, I'm just wondering what he would think. He would say, things do not happen. Things are made to happen. People do make things happen, sometimes for the wrong reasons. But sometimes if you do, you got to make sure you're successful. And the Democrats were not successful because they weren't doing anything for the people on shutting down the government, taking away people's paychecks, preventing people from getting a paycheck, I should say. And they're supposed to be a party for the people? I don't think so. There's something going on with that party right now. And anybody that's trying to justify it, well, you better look at it from behind those rose-colored glasses, because it's the long run. It's not going to be. I don't think it's sustainable myself, but that's just my 2 cents worth. Let's see. Always a reason for what happened. Yeah, there is, but sometimes the reason is totally wrong. Such was the case with the Democrats with the shutdown. Oh, we need to keep our leverage. We need to do our brand, and I have to say, Senator Schumer, maybe he is getting old. Maybe it's time for him to change, but it's not going to be AOC. It'll be somebody different as far as that goes. AOC, once she gets out of New York City, she does not have support in upstate New York. Kathy Hochul has more support than she does. That's just down in the city. The city's a whole different story here, folks, in New York. It doesn't dictate New York State. And I'll say that because all these tax increases that the new mayor of New York City wants to do, he can't do it unless he gets the state approval, and he's not going to get the state approval. Tina says, I know that I was saying what the quote meant. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, for the most part. Yeah, it's interpretation, stuff like that. There's always a reason for something happening. But John F. Kennedy says, things do not happen. Things are made to happen. And people make them to happen, as far as sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. So thank you, John F. Kennedy. Godspeed, and God bless and Godspeed, sir. He was I remember him as a kid. He was the first president of my childhood memory. I remember seeing him on the black and white TV. Remember the day he was assassinated. I didn't realize the significance until years later, but it's like, wow, he got shot. Okay, and it was a dark day for this country when he was assassinated. It shouldn't happen as far as that goes. Okay, let's see our National Day today. Yesterday, there was only one up there. I didn't want to even say it because it was so bad. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have National Seatbelt Day. Okay, yeah, everybody. I think for the most part, everybody wears their seatbelts. I remember I used to not. Now I have to wear. I if I don't have my seatbelt on, I feel like, oh man, I could injure myself. So that's one. Let's see. National Family PJ Day. Okay, if you wear PJs. National Pickle Day. There's one for you. We're going to go with this one. I like this one because this is healthy, but it's also good. But not with what you eat it with, the chips. But this is National Spicy Guacamole Day. Hashtag Spicy Guacamole Day. National Spicy Guacamole Day brings together some fresh flavors on November 14th. Call your friends, get the chips ready, and celebrate with a bowl of spicy guacamole dip. Originated with the Aztecs in Mexico, and we thank them for that because it's good stuff. You know, it's one of those things you see on the table when you're watching football. Guacamole is avocado-based sauce. It became popular in America's cuisine as a dip, condiment, and salad ingredient. Guacamole is made by using a mortar and pestle to mash ripe avocados and then mix sea salt. That's why it tastes so good. It's a sea salt. Sometimes tomato, onion, garlic, lemon juice, chili, yogurt, or other seasonings are added. Holly pepper, jalapenos, chilies, red peppers can be added to the recipe to make the guacamole spicy. Super Bowl Sunday and Cinco de Mayo celebrations feature guacamole as a staple. As a result, avocado sales have soared to 30 million pounds on those 2 days. So that's a lot of guacamole. And Tina says that's a good one. Yes, that is a good one. And guacamole is good on toast with an egg. Okay, I don't like egg on the toast. I'll have the egg. I don't like fried eggs. I like scrambled eggs and stuff. Maybe I'll put some scrambled eggs on the guacamole. That'd be. There's something about a fried egg that doesn't appeal to me. Now I'll eat a egg McMuffin, but that's I don't know. I just don't see I see an egg with the yolk you're looking at. Yeah, I just don't, it doesn't appeal to me. So today is National Spicy Guacamole Day. There we go and stuff. So let's see. Tomorrow, or no, next, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm getting ahead of myself. Next week, next Tuesday will be the Tioga Radio Show on Mixcloud instead of the audio podcast. And then we'll do the audio podcast on Thursday. So we'll be doing the Mixcloud where I play a wannabe radio DJ. I don't just do a program note there. That we did do the audio podcast yesterday, and let me see if I can bring that up. What did I talk about? Let's see. What did I talk about? Let me see. Oh, I talked about coffee, and it's a study that if you drink coffee, the study only entailed something like 200 folks, and 100 they drank one coffee a day, and the other ones didn't. And what they have in common is they all have AF, ventricular fibrillation. They have that issue, and they found that the people that drank 1 cup a day, and this is for 6 months, they lowered their number of times that they had AF issues, where it was still the same on the people that didn't drink. So does coffee have an effect with our health? All the bad studies they had back when I was growing was coffee's bad for you. Don't drink more than a cup, and you should drink decaf. It's out. Now you should drink a lot of coffee. I drink maybe 3 or 4 cups a day, which is actually a lot less than what I drank in the Air Force. But it was a study on coffee, and it's interesting. It's over there on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, or else go to my X page, and there's a link over there on X with the coffee mug with a heart on it. So it's sort of a scaled down version of the live stream broadcast here, doing the thought for the day, the weather, the meet and greet, and National Day, along with a story, instead of doing what we do on the second half after we do 100 years ago, which is coming up here. We got to get ready for that. And then I go into the webpage here on the live stream. So it's a little bit different. So, but next Tuesday, we'll be doing the Mixcloud broadcast as far as that goes. So, and I have fun doing that. That's always fun, Tuesdays and Thursdays and stuff. I get to sleep. I make it a point I sleep in an extra hour. I don't get up right away on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. I like that as far as that goes. So, but I'm charged to get up for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning coffee, because I got to make sure I'm here for you all and stuff like. No, I like seeing you all in the chat, and I enjoy the fact that I'm putting something out there content wise that people are watching, and that makes me happy. I think it's just like, okay, I got some people that, and they might just be watching me because, oh, look at that knucklehead. That's okay. I'm having fun nonetheless as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. What else do we got here? Let's go with 100 years ago with Roger Luther on Fox 40. One of the many, let's say, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 16 web pages for various news agencies that I am a consumer of their news on there. I'm just a consumer. I have no association with them. One of them is Fox 40, and we're going to do 100 years ago. 100 years ago as of Wednesday, the 12th. So let me get this set up for us. And it'll be Roger Luther is the gentleman that narrates it. He is the historian for Broome County, which is the next county over from where I'm at here in Tioga County, New York. Okay, there we go. We got that. Let's go ahead and bring this up. We got to go present. Talk myself through this. Share. There it is. And there. Okay, do we have it up? No, we got to bring it up. Okay, there we go. Bring that up. Turn my camera off. And you can still hear me. We'll go ahead and maximize this. And there's 100 years ago, as of Wednesday, November 12th, 1925, folks. What was happening here in the southern tier of upstate New York?
100 years ago today, the Armistice Day parade in Binghamton yesterday was the largest parade ever held in this city for that occasion. Officials estimated that between 5,000 and 10,000 people took part in the parade. It was reported today that 2 new schools, East Junior High School on Robinson Street and Christopher Columbus School on Hawley Street, will both be completed early next year. Plans have been completed for the proposed Ely Memorial Tower to be built at the top of Mount Prospect. The tower will be 60 feet high with an observation room at the top for viewing points of interest in the city. And finally, burglars broke into a store on Riverside Drive in Johnson City last night, got away with $4 in small change. Police investigated the robbery and found tracks outside the building that were those of small boys. That was the news, November 12th, 1925.
The boys are out running around again. The boys were out there. They said the footprints proved that it was small boys of the boys. Yes, Tina, of course. Oh no, of course. Yes, the boys were at it again. That $4, I do the 100 years ago on the audio podcast here on Spotify, also on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this one was aired yesterday, and I looked up $4. If that $4 is worth $74, so that gives you the value of that $4 back in 1925 is worth $74. So that's going to buy a lot of candy for those small boys. The other significant thing there, they were talking about the Veterans Day Parade. They do have an annual Veterans Day Parade in Binghamton. They had one this past Veterans Day, and we aired some of the video of it. And it wasn't that big of a parade. There's probably maybe several hundred people watching that parade along the parade route from the VFW down to the center of Binghamton, New York. And but back then they had 5,000 to 10,000 people, largest parade ever. I mean, I can't imagine that many people. Now, you get that many people, they're in the stadium watching the either the Rumble Ponies, the baseball team here, or the hockey team, whatever that name of the hockey team here is in Binghamton. They have a Binghamton. They used to be called the Broome Dusters or something like. I forget what they are now. The Black. I can't think of what their name is, but I think they're a minor league hockey team for the Hartford Whalers, as far as that goes. So that's what happened 100 years ago as far as the celebrations for Veterans Day. And we had the young boys at, I'm going to say at play, but they weren't really at play. They're causing that mischief and stuff. Other things that happened in history on this day, let's see. It was 1883, Treasure Island by Scottish author Robert Louis Stevenson was first published. The pirate story was the first to talk about treasure maps marked with an X and one-legged seamen bearing parrots on their shoulders. Um, and there's been many a film and TV show about that. It was on this day in 1908 Albert Einstein presented his quantum theory of light. Very smart man, Albert Einstein was. It was in 1922 the BBC, British Broadcasting Company, began radio broadcasting. The BBC is in a little bit of the shits right now because they like splicing together film clips that leave out a statement that was said here, and then they start it back up when it's 30 minutes later, and they take it out of context. That's been in the news of lately. I'm not going to go into detail, but BBC lost a lot of respect. But they started back on this day back in 1883, or 1922, I should say. 1935, President Roosevelt declared the Philippines to be the free territory. So they were their own country. I thought it was after World War II. So that's before World War II. So they were their own, became their own country. I've been there. It's an okay place. It's different. It is different. I've been around in the Asian Pacific. I've been to the Philippines. I've been to Korea. What's better, the Korea or Philippines? Philippines, the beaches. Okay, the beaches are great on the Philippines. I was stationed. I lived there for a year. I was stationed there for a year at Wallace Air Station, which was up on the northwest side of the main island of Luzon on the China Sea side. Beaches are great. Oh man, I was a beach bum for a year there. It was a great site, a great assignment. That was one of my favorite assignments. I almost stayed there. That's how nice it was there. And then I've been to Japan with the family. Philippines and Korea, I was single, but my last duty assignment, we went to Japan for 3.5, 4 years, my last 4 years. And that was okay. Once we got on base housing, Japan is different. Japan is different. I felt Korea. Did I feel like I was in Asia? Not really. Philippines, no. You're an island person. Japan, I felt like I was in Asia. You're literally, an American stands out like a sore thumb on your hand. In 1964, Detroit Red Wings hockey player Gordie Howe set the new National League record of 627 career goals. I think somebody beat that record, if I'm not mistaken. And then in 1994, the first public trains used a channel tunnel, they call it the Channel, to transport passengers under the English Channel. And let's see. Okay, Tina, we'll see you later. And let's see. It was a sad day on this day, November 14th in 1970, and there was a movie about this, and it's a very inspiring movie. But back in 1970, a chartered Southern Airlines plane crashed while trying to land in West Virginia, killing 75 people aboard, including the Marshall University football team and its coaching staff. And think of them. God bless and Godspeed. And We Are Marshall. It was the movie. And it's a good movie. Great movie. Very inspiring. In 1851, Herman Melville novel Moby Dick or the Whale was published in the United States almost a month after being released in Britain. And it was 1889. Journalist Nellie Bly began an attempt to travel around the world in 80 days. She would successfully complete the journey in just over 72 days. And let's see, in 1910, Eugene B. Ely became the first aviator to take off from a ship as his Curtiss pusher rolled off the slope platform on the deck of the scout cruiser USS Birmingham off the Hampton Roads, Virginia. So that was the first aircraft carrier takeoff. And it was back in 1965, the United States Army's first major military operation of Vietnam War began with the start of a 5-day Battle of Drang. There had been advisors in Vietnam as early as 1950. Matter of fact, General MacArthur, when President Kennedy came into office, this is in General MacArthur's biography, one of the great American generals, if not the greatest general. MacArthur warned and cautioned then elected President Kennedy, do not send major troops into Vietnam. And that's a war that there's a lot of history that I've looked at, and that's one of the things a lot of people don't realize. We were in there as advisors. During that time, communism was at its height because of Russia or the Soviet Union and communist China. They were our adversaries. They still are adversaries, and stuff. Let's see. In 1969, on this day, Apollo 12 blasted off for the moon 3 months after Apollo 11 became the first manned mission to land on the moon. So that was the second manned mission. Down there in Wall Street, the Dow is up over, I think it's over 40,000. But in 1972, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 1,000 level for the first time, ending the day at 1,003. Now it's over that. It's over like 40,000 now. So 1993, Miami Dolphins coach John Shula became the NFL's all-time winningest coach with a victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's about it. That's it for the history there as far as that goes. So we're going to go ahead and let's see, take a break. We're still holding with 2 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, nobody on YouTube. We got 1 person on Twitch. That's all we have on Twitch. Nobody on Facebook. We got 2 people on X Live. Thank you, X Live. And over on Kick, who do we got on Kick? Let's check, just for kicks. Let me refresh that, and we have 2 people. 2 people. Hello, the 2 people on Kick. Thank you for being here this morning and taking a little bit of your time to watch this knucklehead. And I'm going to go ahead and take a break because let me see if I can get this here. Here we go. Did you get that? That's because I have no more coffee. I like doing that. That's Hal Massa does that. I like that. I keep this little note up here because I can use that. It's a nice little prop. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here, folks, and refresh our coffee. And I got a few things I'll be back in a few minutes here, so just hang loose, and we will be right back. We got an open mic. We had an open mic. All right, we had an open mic. I forgot to turn the mic off. You didn't hear anything. It's nothing to listen to. We are back. We are back here on Big Juice. Hey, good morning. Big Juice is in the house. Good to have going well with you as well. You give us an update on your mom there and stuff. Just thinking about her as soon as you come in. Thank you for being here, Big Juice, coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio. But we are back with the Friday morning coffee for 11.14.2025 at Rumble Video Broadcast. And, your grandma. Oh, okay. Yeah, your grandma passed away, but didn't your mother have a back surgery? Or was that your grandma? I'm getting confused now. Who had the back surgery? I thought somebody had back surgery or something like that. Oh, she had the hip replacement. I'm sorry. Okay, your mother had the hip. Your grandmother passed away. Okay, I know you had a death in the family there. So, as far as your mom, is she doing good? Yeah, grandmother passed away at 80 or something like that. She skydived. I remember that. That's something. She's a skydiver. She did skydive and stuff like that. That's right. She's doing a hip replacement, and so let's hope she's doing well. She's hopefully she's getting back on her feet. No pun intended with the talking there. As far as that's what you need to do as far as I guess that goes. But we are back here for the second half of the Friday morning coffee. You can see it's daylight out, and we got a few clouds out there, but it looks clear. It actually looks pleasant. So I guess we got to enjoy that while we can, right?
Yeah.
Before it clouds over. So you're having your second cup?
I'm drinking 2 today, yes.
2? Oh, okay. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Mom's getting better every day. I think the funeral and calling hours for Grandma. Okay. This Sunday and Monday. Okay. So hopefully you're, no, I take it. Is that your mother's mom that passed, or was that your father's mom that passed? So just if it's, well, either way, your mother, hopefully she'll be all right she's getting around or something like that. Your dad's mom. Okay. So the calling hours for your grandma is Sunday and Monday. Okay. All right, thoughts and prayers are with her, but like you said, and I agree with you, because I say the same thing about my mother, my grandmother, and that was my father's mother too. My grandmother and my mother, they're in a better place. I didn't really know my mother's grandparents or my mother's parents. They were out there, and I only met them. I knew of them when I was really, really younger, but I never met them later on when I was older because they had passed away when I was about 10 or 11. And I remember my mother and father. We lived here in Tioga County then, because this is where I grew up. And they flew out to Minnesota because that's where. I was born in Minnesota, but they went back to Minnesota for the funeral. And I remember that week there was a different mom on the back then the neighbors, they took care of everybody was really. All the moms, they smoke. So, my mom would say, I ran out of cigarettes, and call up the next door neighbor across the street. Richie, go to so-and-so's house. They got a couple of cigarettes, or else a cup of sugar or something like that. But I remember that week we had a different mom at our house. They took turns watching me and my brothers and my sisters, as far as that goes, when we were growing up. We're younger then. My older brother, you didn't. He was a teen. We don't know where he was at. He was all over the place. He was a young rebel and stuff like that. So I know how that works and stuff like that. Even though it was a long time ago, it's just like you say goodbye to a family member, and they're in a better place and stuff like that. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and look at some web pages here to see what's going on. I do have my second cup of coffee here. You still talk? Oh, my older brother. Yeah, I have an older brother. We never really talked that much. He's 5 years older than me, but we got older. I went in the service. Um, he's retired now, and but my younger brother, he passed away. Matter of fact, that was one of the last times I've talked to my older brother. Yeah, I do, and my sisters and stuff like that. I talk to them on the phone. So it's hard getting together and stuff like that. So, um, but yeah, I do talk to him. He's a knucklehead. He still tries to do the rowdy stuff he does. He um, he still races his car, and he's like 70 years old. It's like, come on, you're an old man now. It's like, um, yeah, I still talk to my brothers. Yeah, we did because we were just like, I think I stayed out of trouble when I was a young kid because of him, because he was in and out of trouble. I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want, that. So I always tell him that and stuff. He says, oh, come on. You were just a pussy back in the day. Said that, I was just a wimp. And, and, but nobody messed with him. Nobody messed with him when he was in, I mean, when he was in junior high and high school, nobody messed with him. Um, what happened to your younger? Oh, I mentioned here. I don't know. You might not have been on the broadcast then. It was several years ago. He passed away down at the Veterans Hospital down there in Queens, and he was paraplegic, and he had some complications, and it was right during COVID. It wasn't he didn't pass away because of COVID. He just had some issues that prop up. He was a paraplegic. He had an accident back in this is just after I got married in '86, so it would have been Valentine's Day in 1987. He used to work for Newburgh. He was a city firefighter down there in Newburgh. He got out of the Marine Corps. He went to West Point. He was a firefighter, a Department of Defense firefighter in West Point. He went to Newburgh. He was getting ready to take the test New York City, but he was coming home after a night shift, and he got in a car accident, and he was paralyzed from the waist down. And oh, wait, hold on. Ads. Oh, okay, ads. I'll wait for the ads. Tell me when the ads are done. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Okay, so he was in a car accident in February of '87, and they medevaced him out to White Plains, the hospital down White Plains, and he became a paraplegic. But he ended up going through the rehab and all that, and he worked. He went back to school to New Paltz to get his accounting degree, and then he worked as an accountant for the American Veterans Paralyzed Association, and he drove into Queens all the time. He was paralyzed. He had his car all fixed up to where he could drive it and stuff. So he was very active. It just that some issues came up of him being a paraplegic that he passed away, and he was. He would go down to the Veterans Hospital in Queens, which is a huge hospital, the Stumson Stevens Memorial, and he knew he actually worked for the gentleman that the hospital is named after now, James Stevenson Memorial Veterans Hospital in Queens. That's where he passed away, and it's too young, but both me and my older brother, we were really torn because he just. He was a fighter. He was just but he's in a better place. No, don't be sorry. He lived. He was one that would say he was a typical. He said, "I lived a good life. If I pass away now, I could say, and he has said that as far as that goes. He would have liked to live longer, but he was a realist and stuff like that. He said, "We're going to die. We're going to die," and stuff like that. And he gave both me and my older brother a lot of inspiration, even when he was exiting this world and stuff like that. He's here. He's with me right now. So I think about him every Veterans and Memorial Day and throughout the year. So, that's what I'm saying. When you have a family member that passed, they're in a better place, and you try and remember the good things about them. And it was nothing but Willie would have a way of getting you going, though. He just he was um, a great debater. He could debate you to the T, and he would and he would have facts. He would have facts. I mean, um, as far as that goes, and he was very outspoken. He was a lot like my dad, and but he's in a better place. He's up there with my mom and my dad, and my grandma, and everybody else and stuff like that. He's probably saying hi to your grandmother right now. So that's the way I look at it. They're in a better place, and they're looking down at us and stuff like that, because we're only visiting this planet, is my saying. That's a song too. We're only visiting. That's an old 1970s song there. That we're only visiting this planet, and we move on to something else as far as that goes. So we're back. We're going to go to the second half of the broadcast here, as far as we look at various local news web pages, and a couple of them up there in Buffalo. I have, full disclosure, I have no association with any of these news agencies that we're looking at their web page. I just try and get a little bit of them to oh wow, this is interesting. I didn't know that. Now there's talk about the mayor that one down there, the new mayor in New York City, okay? But there's also been talk in the news, and I'm going to highlight this because the new mayor down in New York City, he's a Democratic socialist. He's a socialist commie. But there's also a mayor out there in Seattle, wins the Seattle mayor race, but it's a Binghamton High School graduate wins Seattle mayor race. She's from Binghamton. And let me bring that up. I didn't realize that. I heard about her winning out there in Seattle, but Seattle, that's Seattle is Seattle as far as that goes. So let me get this out of here. This is on Fox. I got to read this as far as there's no video of it as far as that goes. So let me bring this up here real quick. And what we have, there's a picture of her. That's the new mayor of Seattle, but she's a Binghamton High School graduate. She grew up here. A woman with local ties to the Binghamton area has won the race for mayor in Seattle. Katie Wilson graduated as a salutation from Binghamton City District in the year 2000. Did you know that?
What?
The new mayor in Seattle?
What?
She's a Democrat socialist.
Yeah.
She graduated in Binghamton High in 2000.
Really?
Yeah. Wilson ran on the Democratic line because they don't have a line for a socialist, beating out incumbent Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell. According to her website, her main priorities include addressing the housing crisis. Okay, that's any city. Okay. Transportation and mobility. Yeah, we'll say same thing. Public safety and Trump-proofing Seattle. Give me a break. She has TSD. I'll just say that. She's saying Trump-proof Seattle. She's TSD. Climate action, climate change, that's a farce. Environmental justice, I could see it taking economic. No particulars, no real plan. No real plan for this young lady as far as that goes. So let's see. Big Shoe says, yeah, God sure did take an angel taking my grandmother. She was something, but that's the Lord's plan. She lived a good life. And, and I think even your grandmother would agree. It'd be nice if she's still here, but when it's time, I guess. I just, I'm a believer in that. But let's see. Big Juice also says, look at the mayor of Cleveland. He looks like he's in his 20s. Okay. Yeah, Big Juice, you said mayor, not major. I know what you meant there. Yeah. So I'm just shocked because you look at the city, they're strictly blue cities. They're gonna, this girl's been the only reason this girl that's mayor of Seattle right now is because of Mamdani, I guess, down there in New York City and stuff. Yeah, mayor. I knew what you meant, Big Juice. No problem. But according her, what she wants, it's just they have those bullet statements, housing crisis, transportation, mobility. What's your specific plan? You can throw those out there, but how are you going to deal with them? There's no specifics. That's the thing. That's the problem with some of these mayors. They come in, oh, I have these big plans of improving housing and stuff. What is your plan? The one down in New York State or New York City that's already a farce. Free grocery stores or government controlled grocery stores and free transportation. It's not going to happen. And like I said earlier, the new mayor, Mandani, he says he's going to raise taxes on the billionaires. What about the millionaires? Okay. That's something Pelosi said yesterday. We got to take care of all these billionaires. And she's a multimillionaire. What about her? It's just like, but anyway, Mandani says he's going to increase the taxes in New York City to take care of the housing. You can't do that unless you get state approval. And I think Hochul, she's not going to increase taxes when she's coming up for re-election. And she's going to have a fight. She's going to have she almost lost the last time she ran. This time, I think there's a stronger consensus in New York State that maybe it's time for a change. So we'll see what happens out in Seattle. See if this person comes through. But right away, I don't like her because anybody that says, "Oh, they're going to Trump-proof Seattle," you can't Trump-proof a city. The president has every right to go into a city if there's federal property there, folks. It's just like that's asinine. Trump-proof. The real danger is probably from the mayor that's just becoming. But she came from Binghamton. That's sort of odd, I just that's what I wanted to make note of. So, they have to, a socialist has to sort of what is it? Sort of get on the Democratic because they don't have a party of their own. If they ran strictly as a socialist, they won't get elected. So they got to become a so-called Democrat socialist and stuff. Because the Democrat Party is being taken over by the socialists, in my opinion. That's just my opinion as far as that goes. As far as down in these cities, people want free stuff, and if you offer them free stuff, you're going to get the lemmings that follow. They don't realize that nothing's free, folks. Somebody pays for it. And if you say, "Oh, the billionaires, there's only a handful of billionaires. They're not going to be able to pay for everything." Come on, do the math. The math has been done. Do the math. Big Juice is laughing. Yeah. It's comical. And so we're going to have comedy coming out of New York City for the mayor there and the Seattle mayor. I wish them the best. Okay. They were elected. They were duly elected. I'm not arguing that. They were duly elected. But, the people down in New York City and Seattle, you got to be careful what you elect because it might be worse than, I'm just looking at New York City, de Blasio. He was a Democrat, but he leaned way socialist and he didn't do any improvements. He cost the city money. So let's see, Mandani's already asking for money to sponsor his transition. It's like, really? Democrats, they could spend money. Look at Kamala Harris. She wasted all those billions of dollars on a losing effort. And she never got one vote in her whole political, going as vice president or president. Well, she was on the Biden I guess you got votes. That wasn't because of her. It was because of Biden. But anyway, let's move on. Enough about politics. So I just saw it that art. She's from high school from Binghamton. Let's see. We're not doing the Christmas stuff. Let's see. Catholic Charities launch announcement. Oh, there's Catholic Charities. Let's do this. Catholic Charities launching announcing Thanksgiving basket drive in Broome County, and they're Catholic Charities. It's a charity that we contribute to here in Tioga County. They're doing. They did theirs yesterday afternoon. They're putting the baskets together. We almost went up there to volunteer our time, but a nap superseded. Okay, let's bring this one up. Catholic Charities, a very good charity. No association with Catholic Charities, but they are a good charity. They do serve Tioga County, and it looks like they're pretty active up there in Broome County. So let's listen to this one.
Charities of Broome County is spreading holiday cheer this holiday season with the announcement of its annual Thanks for Giving Turkey Drive at the Vestal Walmart. Each year, the community-wide event hosted by Catholic Charities helps to fill over 3,000 Thanksgiving baskets. Those wishing to participate can make donations this Monday, the 17th, through Friday, the 21st, at the Vestal Walmart. Tanya Brown, the executive director of Catholic Charities, says there is a greater need of side dishes this year to go along with turkey due to higher grocery costs. And Johnson City Police Chief Brent Dodge says it's important that the community come together to make Thanksgiving better for all families.
The need is higher this year than ever before for both turkeys and non-perishable goods. So we'd like to urge the community to partner with us, step up, give what you can to help make everyone's Thanksgiving a little bit better. So we just look forward to seeing you all out there and bringing your donations. It can be money, it can be food, so to try and make this initiative as successful as possible.
Catholic Charities.
Okay, so there it is, a turkey drive taking place up there in Broome County, and as well as here in Tioga County, it's taking place as far as that goes. And let's see, Big Juice says, got to remember 9/11 cost the city a lot of money to rebuild at that time. It wasn't just the city, it was the whole country that there's a lot of federal money that went back into building that there, Big Juice. So it wasn't just New York City. Yeah, New York City took a big hit, but that was a big hit for the whole country as far as that goes. So, but good point. Very good point. But this is a little different. The people elected, the people, you elect the people that you want representative. You gotta suffer the consequences when they don't deliver. And both the new New York mayor and the new Seattle mayor, they're two inexperienced individuals. So if they're able to get it done, which I have my doubts, I really do. They may do some minor things, but they're not going to do anything major. Their major thing is basically the party that they represent. And it's not the Democratic Party; it's their Socialist Party, and we know how that goes. Just read Animal Farm. That's all I have to do is go read back to Animal Farm. They're trying to be one for the people. They're not, and I think a good example was this past shutdown. Democratic Party wasn't for the people. They were more concerned about their brand and their leverage and stuff like that. They don't have a plan, and that's the bottom line. What plan do they have? At least on the Republican side, they're doing things. They're doing things in legislative, and the thing about the Obamacare, you have even John Fetterman, a Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, saying it was the Democrats that put in the expiration dates for Obamacare. It wasn't the Republicans. It expires. So when something expires, whoever the party's in power, they're going to come up with something new, and they're going to take care of the country's citizens. Okay, I'm all favor of charity and taking care of people, but you got to do it sustainable and stuff like that. Okay, so enough about that. Let's see what else we have on Fox 40 here. I'm getting too political. It's okay. I'm all right. Let's see. That's it for Fox 40. Let's see. Do we have anything down here? I'm not ready to. They got some Christmas stuff. I'm not showing any Christmas stuff until after Thanksgiving. Let's see on WEBL. What do we have on the news here? They did have. I wonder if they have the incident yesterday. We had an incident yesterday where Campville Fire Department responded to a person that fell out of a bucket, a cherry picker bucket. They were, let's see, do they have that in there? No. But this person, he fell out. They were cutting down, trimming the, they got the guys that trim the trees along the power lines and stuff. And this was over there in the town of Owego. Campville Fire Department responded yesterday to a man down. They tried getting Guthrie 1, which is the medevac out of the hospital in Sarah, Guthrie Packard, and they couldn't because of weather. So, but this person fell. He had neck injuries and leg injuries, and he fell from a significant height. He probably might be paralyzed. But the gentleman that was injured, he's a Tioga County fire. He's one of the local community firefighters working for this place that was trimming the trees along one of the county roads there. And when they got him to Sayre, to the hospital, I guess it was after that they medevaced him up to Rochester. So he was banged up pretty bad. I'm not seeing anything on WBNGs for their news as far as that goes. Let's see. New York regular firearm hunting season kicks off Saturday. Oh, deer hunting season starts? New York State regular firearm hunting season will kick off this weekend. The season for deer and bear harvesting opens Saturday and will continue till December 7th. During hunting hours, run from 30 minutes before sunrise until 30 minutes after sunrise. So we got the guys up on the back hills hunting deer now. Okay, let's go to WNBF. Do we have anything on WNBF? Let's see. What's this one? Court hearing set for season. Okay, there's nothing there. Nothing there. They got Christmas stuff. We don't want anything there. What's this? Nothing there. So nothing on EBO. Let's see. Let's go to WBNG. Crews battle a house fire in Sanitara Springs. Well, what's that about? Let's see what this one's about. It's this is in Broome County, so it's here in the southern tier. Let's go ahead and see what this one's about. We'll bring this up. Oh, bring this up. There we go. We'll maximize it, and we'll bring this back and start it out.
Begin tonight in Broome County, where crews are currently on scene of a house fire in Sanitarium Springs. That fire is located at 41 Circle Drive in Sanitarium Springs. A 12 News crew on scene said smoke was coming from the second floor windows. The crews were seen breaking the window to let out the smoke. Crews from Sanitarium Springs, West Colesville, Harpersville, and more responded. Stay with 12 News online and on air as we work to learn more.
Okay, so looking at the pictures, putting my firefighter hat back on. Let me get this. Let me bring this back up here.
And tonight in
Let me bring this back up. Let's look at the pictures. Let me. Okay, let's see. Okay, right there we got light smoke coming from the second floor. Okay, so no fire is on the first floor. As you can see, there's no fire. Oh, let me get this. What the hell happened here? You can see right there, there's smoke up on the second floor. It looks like it's a bedroom. So it's either somebody was smoking upstairs, and it's a light smoke. So, and it could be an electrical fire, because this looks like an old building that was probably built during the late 50s, 1960s. It looks like an old farm building. And there's some heavy smoke there. And you can see it's up in the attic. As far as right here, you can see the smoke coming out of this window and over here. So this is probably the origin of the fire. On this side, it looks like in a bedroom. Or else it could be the chimney. That could be a chimney fire there. As far as a chimney, you look at your source, but they have a ladder up to the second floor. But it's moderate smoke. It's not heavy smoke, but it's enough smoke to where you better be packed out. And I'm not seeing any real hand lines. Let's see. That's them on scene. So it's right near the chimney, though, as you can see. So maybe the chimney, they'd be interested if they had a fire there, but I don't know. That's it. Oh, we don't want that. No, we want this. Back. There we go. So that's interesting as far as that goes. So let's see. The firefighters were seen breaking windows on the second floor to let out smoke, so they were ventilating there. No injuries were reported, and we'll do a follow-up. But it looks like it's up on the second floor. You do have smoke coming out that one window, but it's probably smoke that's coming up. I wonder if it's in the chimney. You could have a chimney fire there, as far as because the chimney's on that side, and that's where the majority of the smoke is. So it could be some grease or whatever they call that stuff as far as that goes. Okay, let's see what else we have on WBNG. It's our fire. Crews from Cortland and Broome County battle another house fire. Oh, we got another house fire. This is in Marathon, New York. According to Marathon Fire Department reports, the fire came in at 4:50 p.m. yesterday. The house, the garage, and a vehicle are deemed a complete loss. Okay, so let me get the picture of this. There's the house fire right there. That's a second fire, just a picture of it. And the verbiage for that. Let me bring that up here on a different tab. The no injuries were reported, and another developing story. And you can see that's an old structure. That looks like a modular as far as that goes. So it looks like they tore it up. It looks like the fire got up there in the roof area. It looks like they tore open the ventilate and stuff like that. So I'm just curious. It might be, I don't know, with colder weather, you're having more fires. I'm just wondering if it's heat related and stuff like that. Okay, let's see what else we have on WBNG. Let's see what we got. See what else we got for news. That's a second fire there. Okay, here's something concerning as temperatures drop, fire officials provide home heating safety tips. So I used to do this in the Air Force when I was a fire inspector. When I worked as a fire inspector. So we're going to go ahead and bring this up because we should all think about those heaters that we're using. We do use one, but it has a kickoff switch and stuff like that, and we monitor it while it's being used. So let's go ahead and bring this up and see what they have to say. Oh, we got to bring up the volume here. Turn up the volume, Rich. Okay, here we go.
As you start to crank up the heat to fight the chill in the air, there tend to be more house fires. Firefighters have a few tips to protect yourself. Common causes for house fires in the winter are cooking, overpowered circuits, and open flames. The Firefighters Association of the state of New York says when you turn on the stove to make that holiday meal, make sure you have a few safeguards in place.
Make sure that you're cooking safely. You have extinguishers if possible. You have the lid to your pot. So if you were to have some sort of fire in your pot or pan, you can put the lid on top and deprive that fire of oxygen.
The Fire Association says you should also have smoke and carbon monoxide detectors that will alert you if there's a problem. Don't overload your electrical circuit. Only plug in one heating device per outlet. And make sure to keep an eye on open flames, making sure anything flammable is several feet away.
So there we are. You have to be, you have to be fire safe. So be cautious of the heaters that you use this winter as a safety measure. And, fireplaces, you got to be aware of the fireplaces. Make sure you got your fireplace cleaned out. What do they call that stuff, that sticky stuff? Creosote. Creosote. So that first fire we saw, because it was near the chimney, it could have been the creosote that caught fire there and caused smoke in the upper levels there. And then cooking. Make sure you have an extinguisher in the kitchen, your smoke detectors and all that. And that's very important stuff. I used to preach that stuff when I was in the Air Force and stuff. So it's a good reminder for everybody here. Okay, let's see what else we have for WBNG. They're getting our fire thing taken care of here, fire subject matter. And I think that's it for WBNG, WAAL. Same stories as WNBF. Let's see. Let's go to WENY. Let's see. They got national stuff there going on. Let's see. Let's go to their news section. And let's see. What do we have here? Anything? No, we haven't really had that much from WENY because they got this new web page that I'm not really a great fan of as far as that goes. So let's see. Let's see. Local. What do we got for local? No, nothing there. So let's check channel 18. Okay, they had a fire. This is a follow-up on a fire that we ended up talking about here from channel 18 News. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. Let's share this tab. Bring it up. And this is the Big Flats Tops. They had a fire in Tops here several months back. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Tops will not reopen its location in Big Flats, but 18 News has learned that another company will move into that space. Tops shut down the store in August after a fire in the store's system that controlled heating and freezing of some of its products. Tops put up signs saying the store was temporarily closed. Today, our 18 News photographer was at the site when a sign company was taking down Tops signs. 18 News has now confirmed that Bob's Discount Furniture will take over part of that location. We don't know right now the date when Bob's Discount Furniture might open in that site. 18 News was also told today that the building will be divided. Bob's will take one side, an unnamed tenant will.
Okay, so the Tops that was on fire in Big Flats?
Yeah.
Bob's Discount is going there.
I never heard about it.
Didn't we see commercials about Bob's Discounts?
Oh yeah, Bob's Discount Furniture.
Is it okay? It's the furniture place. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. They're going to get half of it, and then there's going to be another entity.
No, I never heard.
The Tops isn't going to. Well, Tops is on its way out anyway because was it here in Owego? The Aldi's opened right across the street from Tops, and it was right next to the new Taco Bell here in Owego. So there we have. That's good that another business is going in there. You hate to see a grocery store close, but they had a fire there, and I remember we talked about that fire here on the morning coffee broadcast. What's that? What's that, Big Juice? Taco belly ache. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if you eat too much or you're not used to. There's Jackie Jack. Hey, Jack. Yeah, Taco Bell can be taco achy belly. That's a good one. That is a funny one there. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What else we got on? Let's see. What's that you're saying, Big Juice? Home of the squirts. Yeah. I guess that's I would. Mrs. C laughed at that one too. Okay. That's if you eat too much. That spicy stuff will go through your system real quick.
Beans.
Is this another one that's no, we're not going to do that one. Let's see. I am not seeing anything else on channel 18. So let's go ahead and go to the Penny Saver. What's this story about? No, that's talking about the holiday. The holiday season doesn't start. The Christmas holiday season doesn't start until. But they have downtown Owego merchants to showcase. They're getting ready for the holidays and stuff like that. We'll talk about that one maybe another time. And Nothing on WKGB as far as that goes. As far as what they're going, let's see. KISS 104, same articles as WAAL and WNBF, so nothing there. The same articles. Let's see. Up in Buffalo. Nothing really up in Buffalo from what I'm seeing here on the Buffalo channels. Let's see, nothing really going on as far as that goes. And over on WGR 550, not seeing anything over there. Oh, Bills signed wide receiver Melcole Hardman to the practice squad. He used to be a Kansas City Chief guy? Okay, yeah, 4-year problem of the Bills getting to the Super Bowl. Oh, let's see. He spent the early part of the 2025 season with the Green Bay with the Packers, and never played in the regular season with the Packers. So how come they're showing a Kansas City Chief? Was he? Oh, okay. He was a former second round pick for the Chiefs in the 2019 draft, and he's from the University of Georgia. So they got a new wide receiver, so that's good. Another target for Josh Allen. And then there's a lengthy injury report for the Bills, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people on the injury. You know what? We forgot to do the sports, so let's veer off and do this. Oh, let's see. Let's just finish off with this. We have anything there? And let's see. Anything on 1440? Well, we'll come back to that. Let's do the sports. Let's see. Wednesday night for basketball, the New York Knicks, they lost to the Magic 124 to 107. Celtics, they beat the Grizzlies 131 to 95. That's good. And the Nets did not play Wednesday night. They do play tonight against the Magic. The Knicks will be playing the Heat tonight at 7. And the Celtics, when do they play? They play probably not till Sunday. Yeah, they play the Clippers on Sunday. And let's see, anybody else play? So that's what we have for basketball. I am looking at the NHL. NHL, we had for Wednesday night, the Rangers beat the Lightning on Wednesday, and the Sabres lost to Mammoth, which is a Canadian team, I guess. I'm looking at for the hockey. I'm just looking at the scores for the Rangers, the Islanders, and the Buffalo Sabres, and the Bruins. Let's see, Bruins, they lost last night 5-8 to Senators. I seen this. I used to watch the Bruins when I was up there in Boston. When I was let's see, Sabres lost to the Avalanche last night 6-3, so they're still losing. Islanders beat the Golden Knights 4-3. And tonight, let's see, the Flyer. No, we don't want to do the Flyers. Islanders are playing Mammoth tonight at 9, and that's hockey. Of course, we had some football going on last night, and let's see. Does Jack ever put his hands up on the wind? Sometimes he'll paw at it. He did the other night. It's not very often there at Big Juice. He does. So he likes looking out there. That's his perch because I'm here. He knows he's safe from the other cats. Let's see. Last night we started. There was some NFL action starting Week 11 with the Jets and Patriots. I picked the Patriots over the Jets, and they did win last night, 27-14. I do have. Let me bring this up. I didn't have it last. I don't know if you're still there, Captain Rehab. I apologize if, let's see, and Tony, if you're still there. I do have the updated chart for our win-losses. Let me go ahead and bring this up. If I can get to my web page here. Let's see, where are we at here? Here we go. Let me go to present. And so our win-losses, there was some movement in the win-losses as far as that goes. And what we have, let's hide that, and we'll get our camera down. No, we want our camera back on. We're going to go to this, and then we shut our camera. There's the win-loss bracket right now, folks, as far as how we stand after week 10. And I got a little asterisk here. Brian, he moved up a spot. He jumped over Captain Rehab, and then Michael jumped over Tony. So that's what these marks right here indicate, that they made one. So we got CBS this past weekend. They went 8-6. Ted Hicks went 10-4. Brian, as another second week, that's what caused him to go up. He went 11-3. Captain Rehab, a second week of just staying at 500. And Michael Bathurst, he picked 11-3, which was good. Jumped over Tony. And Tina, she's finishing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's finishing 7th, and I'm still maintaining no change down there. So those are the only significance. I didn't think there was going to be that much of a change, but when I did the chart, we'll be presenting this chart over there on this Sunday during Tony D's broadcast of Belt Kings Fantasy Football on Sunday at 10:30, and so that's where we stand as far as on the standings there. I'm not sure if Captain Rehab's there or Tony D. They're on there, and as far as that goes. So I get a little lax on updating that chart as far as that goes. So, but this for NFL action this Sunday, 9:30. We got Commanders and Dolphins. We'll be playing in Madrid, Spain. Now it starts at 9:30 Sunday morning. And then at 1 o'clock, you got Packers playing the Giants. The Texans playing Texans playing Tennessee. Panthers and Falcons at 1. Bears and Vikings at 1. Chargers and Jaguars at 1. This is the game I'll be watching. Broncos and Bills at 1 o'clock. I'll be watching that game. This is going to be a good game at 1 o'clock. Bengals and Steelers. Hopefully the Steelers, they need to get a win, I guess. And Bengals, I don't know. And then you have 49ers and Cardinals. That should be a good game for the Cardinals. I think Cardinals will win that. And then at 4 o'clock, well, no, that's a 4 o'clock game. That's 49ers and Cardinals. And then the other 4 o'clock game is Seattle and Rams. That should be a good game. I think the Rams will win that. And another good one. The good games are at 4 o'clock. Chiefs and Broncos. I picked the Broncos there. And then the last 4 o'clock game on Sunday, Ravens and Browns. Sorry, Big Juice. I think the Ravens are going to win that game. But you know that already, I think. And then the Sunday night evening game, Lions and Eagles. I'm picking the Eagles. That should be a good game there. And then Monday night is Cowboys and Raiders. I think I picked the Cowboys. So there we have football. This week, Manchester City is not playing. I don't think anybody in the Premier League is playing. Because there's some international soccer games going on. So these players that are on the Premier League teams, they play for their country and stuff like that. The next Manchester City game will be Saturday, November 22nd, which is a week from tomorrow. They'll be playing Newcastle, which right now Manchester City is sitting in second behind Arsenal, which is good. Okay, let's see. What do we have on 1440? Anything on there? Let's see. What is it? The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia pressed its final penny. President Donald Trump ordered the end of the penny production earlier this year as it costs 4 cents to make 1 penny. That's not cost effective, and that's not 100% copper either. But it takes 4 cents to make 1 cent coin. The first penny minted in 1793 was pure copper featuring Lady Liberty and could be used to buy a piece of candy. President Theodore Roosevelt directed the mint to place Abraham Lincoln on the coin in 1909. And raised copper prices prompted the mint to start making the penny make the penny primarily of zinc in 1982. Though inflation and digital transactions have reduced pennies less necessary, the mint issued over 3.2 billion pennies last year, according to the accounting for over half of the U.S. coin production. The Treasury expects to save about $56 million annually by discontinuing the penny, which saw production costs raise over 20% last year. Merchants have been rounding prices and require exact change amid recent penny shortages. A bipartisan bill proposed rounding cash transactions to the nearest nickel now, which is illegal in 10 states. You can't do that. And let's see, what else do we have? Anything? Intense solar storms are foiling the second launch of the Blue Origin. No, the Blue Origin, they took off yesterday. That went launched, so that's going back. They went. I caught the replay of that. The Blue Origin launched the Blue Origin rocket that launched yesterday by NASA carried 2 Mars orbiters for NASA. The first attempt was Sunday, but they got off yesterday. Let's see. I think that's about it. And, and that's about it for that. And let's see. What are we doing on time? We're coming up an hour, 46 minutes. There is something here. Just want to make mention. These folks that want this, the release of the Epstein files, they're releasing the Epstein files. Part 1, phase 1. They got another. They're going to release them all. There's nothing. All I got to say about this Epstein file is the timing of the release of the 3 emails by the Democratic Party to try and deflect from the shutdown. They could have done that before the shutdown, but they didn't. Okay. You got to remember all this Epstein file crap. They had it during President Biden's administration. They could have released it then. Why didn't they? The question is, why didn't they release it then? Why now? They could have very easily released it during the 4 years of President. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not these people that are getting all jazzed up about the Epstein files. I think if you really dig into it, what it's going to come out, it's going to point back to the Clintons. That's just my take. I have to laugh at these people. Oh, now it's time to get the Epstein files. It's like, give me a break. Get a life. I mean, Jesus, it's just, I think the worst thing that came out of there, you have a prince over there in the UK that no longer is living in a castle by the royal family. So it's a lot about nothing. And I say that because of the release of the 3 emails. Oh, supposedly that it's circumstantial. It's hyperbole as far as this guy. And the facts have come out that, any relation that President Trump has with this Epstein guy, it's just another witch hunt that the radical Democrats are doing. So if you believe in that stuff, more power to you, I guess. But I have to laugh at it because it's an extension of the TDS, Trump deranged syndrome. Okay, you people that are really googly eye over this, you got TDS, I'm afraid. That's just my opinion. I know, I'll stop it. I'm just having fun. I have to laugh when I hear people talk about it because it's just like, all of a sudden these 3 emails come out and then, okay, they signed in, they swore in the congresswoman, the Democratic congresswoman that I guess she's the vote in the House that's we're going to release the rest of it. All the stuff is out there, folks. It's a joke as far as I'm concerned. It's okay. Hal Moss is on YouTube, so we've been on for 2 hours here. So I just want to end with that with a laugh. It's just like I take it as a joke. There's things in this country more serious. All of a sudden, we're going to talk about Epstein. Whoa, wait a minute. We just got done with the shutdown. The shutdown's ended. Now don't you think we need to go right from that to start talking about Medicare and how we're going to keep the Medicare rates stable? To me, that's more important than the Epstein bullshit. Okay, I'm just saying. I won't talk about this on Hello America. I don't know when I'm going to have an Hello America. My last one was about the shutdown. I'm happy the shutdown is over with because there's people, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people are getting their paycheck now. hundreds of thousands of families that are across the country are getting their SNAP benefits. People that were laid off or furloughed are being getting back, and hopefully, I guess indications is that if you're traveling by air, it's going to take a couple more, maybe another week before that stables out, and which is a good thing because we're coming up on the holiday seasons. 2 weeks we have Thanksgiving, so that's a good thing to get ready for the holidays. So you people, I just have to joke about it. The people that are worried about the Epstein crap, and that's what I consider it, crap. It has no bearing on what's going on in this country right now. No significance. It's just a ragtag shopping center or shopping grocery store checkout counter rag magazine article. That's all it is. What do they call that one? What do they call that that newspaper that used to be there with all the big headlines and stuff like that? And it's just like just a bunch of crap, and that's all it is. That's and I let's see. Big Jew says I keep hearing about Epstein. It's
We need to release all the files.
they have released them. They released over two. They've released what is it? The House Oversight Committee released more than 20,000 pages of subpoena documents from ongoing investigations in the last He's a sex offender, Big Juice. Okay, so the decision followed Democrats' release of 3 emails by Epstein referencing President Donald Trump. It's probably they don't go into detail what it references. He just put his name in there. So Donald Trump threw him out of Mar-a-Lago years ago because he's a dirtbag. Okay, let's keep that in context, folks. He threw him out. Okay, so you think you want something else, and that's that's all it is a witch hunt towards to sort of go towards President Trump there, Big Juice. So those people that are really, the Epstein, it's been out. Why didn't all this shit didn't come out during the Biden administration? They could have very easily came out. No, they want to hold it back just in case he got elected. They can hold it over. It's all about nothing when it comes to Donald Trump. Now, is there stuff there that there was some wrong done? Oh, definitely. Look at Prince Andrew. Let's look into former President Clinton, who was actually on the island. Okay, I'm just saying. Just don't make it all about President Trump, okay? Because there's nothing there, folks. He threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. That's good enough for me. He called him a dirtbag. He probably found out what he was doing. He said, "Get the frick out of here." And that's before he came into politics, folks. So as far as I'm concerned, it's these people. It's a witch hunt towards Donald Trump. All of a sudden, you got 3 emails. Deflecting, folks. Deflecting. Look. Take off your rose-colored glasses and look. Mine aren't. Mine are clear. Okay? So I'm just saying. Just having fun with that, folks. And I'll joke about it here. It's not. I don't take it serious. It's nothing. It's not of national interest as far as that goes. And stuff. So the guy was a dirtbag. Okay, it's evident. Okay, and and there's dirt. There's more dirt on the other side than there is on the one. Well, there's dirt on both sides probably. Okay, so that's all I got to say. Just don't make it about President Trump because you look like a complete buffoon when you do. Okay. If you're interested, you're interested, but don't go the route of being have TDS, because anybody that says the Epstein and it's associated with Trump, TDS, it doesn't wash anymore, folks. Like I said, it could have came out my last time saying this. They could have brought all this out during Biden's administration, which was a farce. Worst president in the United States. I wish former President Biden well, and I hope he's doing good. But he was the worst president this country had. Okay, he just cruised for 4 years, and now we're back up. We're the hottest country in the world, folks, and we're going to leave it at that. All right, I'm going to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl, for being here for the Friday morning coffee here for November 14th, 2025. Thank you. Thank you, Double J's, coming in from an undisclosed location for being here. He said, hi, I'm glad to have you. Hope all is well. Have a great weekend. Tony D, my good friend, my brother, veteran, my good friend. Thank you, Tony D. We'll be seeing you Sunday there for Bell Kings Fantasy Football. Hopefully, if you don't have to work. Thank you for being here. Captain Rehab, coming in from the city of brotherly love. Thank you very much, Captain Rehab, for being here. Greatly appreciate you. And let's see, going down the list. And we had Big Juice coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio. Thank you very much, Big Juice. And I think you were it, Big Juice, here towards the end. You're the only one in the chat there. And we're ending with 2 folks on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 2 people on YouTube. Hey, hello, YouTube. We got 2 people on YouTube. Thank you very much. 3 people on Twitch, nobody on Facebook, 2 people on X and on Kick. What are we ending on Kick here? Let's see. What do we have on Kick? Let me check Kick first here real quick. And I'll see you later there, Big Juice. Not if I see you first. We have 1 person over on Kick. Thank you for the 1 person on Kick. Greatly appreciate the views. Thank you for the people that were just watching, sitting back. I really appreciate it. Thank you from the heart, because you're taking a little bit of your time to watch this knucklehead go yap, 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 yap. And that's what we do here. We just yap, 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 yap. My opinion, my views, my outlook. And if you agree or disagree, if you disagree, I don't really give a flying beep. Everybody has a viewpoint. And as far as that goes. And Captain Rehab, can you see my chat on Kick? Oh, are you on Kick? Are you the one there? Let me check, Captain Rehab. Hang on. Oh, Fireman Richie Rich. Democrats are crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. What is TDS? You never heard of TDS? Trump Deranged Syndrome. Anytime somebody is talking about President Trump in a disparaging way and related to the Epstein files now, they have TDS, Trump Deranged Syndrome. That's what it means. And hey, the captain stumbles. Yeah, he was over. I didn't realize he was over. I see your comments. I can't bring the comments up from so thank you for being on Kick there, Captain Rehab. Yeah, I can't see your Kick. I can't see. Can you? Yeah, I can. Let's see. What is it? Can you not? Yeah, I see your. But I have to go to that page. It doesn't come up here. See, I don't get comments from. I can't see the comments in the Rumble Studio client. I only see it from up to Twitch. I don't see them from Facebook or X. So, but when I go to that page, I see them. I see your. What'd you have? You had 3 comments there. Your last one saying, what is TDS? Let's see. Can I copy that? Let me see. The only way I can do it, Captain Rehab, to show you that. Let me put it up here. Let me put this on. Let me put this on. Comment off of Kick. See, that's a comment. Oh, I cut off Captain. It says, oh, there it is. Oh, no, that wasn't what I wanted. Let's see. Let me go back. Let me try that before we leave. Okay, I saw the thank you comment there. That was the one but here's the other one. Let's see. That's a comment that you were asking me about TDS. So I can see your comments and stuff like that. Let's see. Okay, better to chat on Twitch. Yeah, because I don't look at Kick. I look at it a couple times during the broadcast, Captain Rehab. So there we have it. So, and thank you for Captain Rehab for coming back in. Thank you for being on Kick, Captain Rehab. Thank you. That's pretty cool. And again, those people that are listening and watching right now that aren't in the chat, thank you very much on all the platforms here. And if you're watching this on the replay on all the here on Rumble, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate the replay views on Twitch also and on YouTube. And those that are listening, okay, I rebroadcast and I forgot to do it again. I forgot to start the Audacity. I have to go the long way of getting the. But we'll put this up over on Spotify for creators, and you all can listen to it. Thank you for the listens. We're averaging about 20 listens a day over the last 30 days. So thank you very much. That means I thought it was like 5 to 8. Spotify is telling me it's 20. So thank you very much, Spotify. At Fireman Rich over on Spotify, and I'm also at Fireman Rich over on X, which is my mainstay for being on these social media feeds. And all others, just Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see where I'm at on those other platforms that I post on occasionally. All right, folks, Rich Roberts wishing you well. You all have a great weekend. Captain Rehab and a Big Juice, thank you very much. And we'll be talking to you. We'll be doing something live stream wise this weekend, doing something or else, whatever. So you all have a great one today and a great start to your weekend. And we'll be talking to you all later. Live life, have fun. Let's see, what are we going out here? Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks, and thanks again. Ciao for now.